She's working now.
She says she has a job.
Yeah,
So.
she has a job at Walmart by North America.
Okay.
She just started. Awesome. Yeah.
Alrighty, guys. I think we're all good to go. Cool. Alright, let's get to it.
You got Rebecca's email this morning?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. For some reason they didn't drop her yet. Oh, they didn't? No. Oh.
Alright.
She's still in her classes.
So, welcome everybody. Nice to see you again, and also newcomers. Welcome. You are in painting class, so good stuff. We're very excited about that. We're still looking for more students, so if you know of anybody or friends or people who love to paint or are interested in art in any way, then let them know about this class. Spread the word around. Totally free class, which is hard to find. Yeah, finding a good painting class usually goes from like 300 and more, like for 1 week, for like certain workshops. But you're getting a whole semester long instruction for free. It's amazing. So we got to support all that free education. Yeah. My name is Bryce. I'll be your art teacher today. And for the semester, yeah. Let's get the screen going so you can see what we're looking at. Alright, so I'm going to kind of introduce myself a bit for those who are new in my class. And for those who have taken my class, you kind of see what I've been up to recently. You can see here, this is my Instagram. This is where I mainly post all the artwork that I do and all the things that I like to teach and all the people that matter in my life too. Just share it with the world. A lot of artists you can find just through the internet, so why not be one of those? But yeah, I mainly work with gouache, which is similar to watercolors.
That's a good picture of you.
Yeah, I'm not quite smiling, but
No, it's okay.
I've worked with oil painting, drawing, charcoal, and also digital art too. As you can see here, I have this stuff in person, so of course you can see it in person.
You know where they work?
Yeah, and I've been drawing for my whole life, basically, and painting. All right, no, you're good. I've been teaching with noce for the last 2-3 years. But I've also worked as a tattoo artist at one point. yeah, I did. It was a little under the table, but I used to work at Disneyland, and they were changing their policies on tattoos. And a lot of my friends were getting into it, and I was like, all right,
Oh my gosh, that's
check it out.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So do a lot of drawing and yeah.
What's your Instagram name?
Oh, the Instagram is doing art good.
That's the name of it?
Yeah. But I've done a lot of ink work. I love drawing with pen and ink. This is one of my favorite pieces I did. I did it almost 10 years ago. It's been a while. But So, but through all of my finalized paintings and all of my artworks, I've always had a sketchbook practice throughout it. Oh, yeah. So this is some of the stuff that I did in St. Fullerton. This one I've also won an award. This one was over at the Orange County Fair. But lately I've been just absolutely loving doing plein air artworks. Kind of learning from a lot of the greats, a lot of painters in the world, historically speaking, have done plein air painting, like Monet, Van Gogh, have all worked outdoors. So I go outdoors and paint, and this whole class is inspired by style of artwork and community of artists that meet up around the world called, let's see, Urban Sketchers. Sketchers. There we are. Sketchers. Orange County. There we go. So this is Urban Sketchers. Basically, it's a bunch of artists who love drawing and watercolor painting, who go out in the world just like I do and paint with each other. And we're good. And there's communities everywhere, including Orange County. Like just in Orange County, we got 500 members here. And if you see here, they showed up just last Saturday to paint the Heritage Park Santa Fe Springs, which is all local. And so this is a great place to like get to know other artists and hang out with them. And so there's this whole social aspect to art as well that I'd like you guys to explore possibly.
So you need like a mentorship?
No, it's totally free.
Just showed up?
Yes, totally free. It's not just Urban Sketchers. There's also other people who show up in groups.
And also there's a schedule?
Well, that's the thing. It's like their schedule is like sometimes like they plan things in advance. You can see here, tomorrow they're going to Long Beach.
Oh.
Right there. Let's sketch Lions Lighthouse. That's actually really fun. So you can see their upcoming events and stuff. So you know, this class is a little bit inspired by these guys, but I'm also kind of gonna break things down. You know, each aspect of, you know, if you're gonna go out there, you don't feel completely lost. We're gonna do some kind of urban sketching, inspired daily drawings, kind of focusing on the sky, nature, and also architecture, and also the fundamentals. So you guys will learn a little bit about perspective, and I know it sounds scary, but anyone can draw a cube, and there's a lot of things that can kind of help you guys out. But you don't have to be good at drawing, you don't have to be good at art to take this class. It's just good fun and good people. And those people who have taken the class before can definitely sense the community here. But I hope that it extends outside of class as well. So, but yeah. So that's kind of inspiration of things that And of my Instagram. Plenty of other artists out there that are doing something very similar. Thank you so much. Okay. So you can kind of see how people use their sketchbooks. This is a lot of texture stuff from last semester. Alright. Okay. So kind of looking at the syllabus here. So let me just kind of go over the first day thing. This is kind of most important thing here. So today we brought nothing. That's good. It's fine. And then we got materials. We'll go over materials in just a second. This class goes on for 18 weeks. If it doesn't get canceled, there is a bit of a worry, but currently we're staying strong. We're just gonna stick with it. And I do teach other classes. If this one does end up getting canceled or in danger, I teach the same class, in fact, a 4-hour version of the class, which is better, really. Because, I mean, you guys can kind of leave earlier. That's no problem. And a lot of people do, but that extra time is just there for you to work in class and create your own art. Yeah, I would suggest maybe signing up for. There's a class in Cyprus Senior Center. If you guys are able to drive out that far, it's about 15 minutes drive from here. And I also teach on Tuesdays another 2-hour class, same exact class, over in Fullerton of Oakmont, which is down the street. It's an assisted living facility. Not really a facility. It's a home. It's a nice location.
That one is only for the people who live around there?
No. Anyone can take it. Yeah. So if for whatever reason this class is canceled, there's other options. If you're interested in taking my class, which is structured differently from other teachers, so every teacher does things a little differently. So for now, we're okay. We'll cross our fingers. And I'm just going to keep on keeping on. Yeah. All right. So really nice facility though. Really nice, not facility. It's like a resort. It's like a. If you guys ever been to Disneyland, like the Hotel California, that's what it looks like. It's nice, like wood and rock and stuff. Yeah. Anyways, so I'll be leading this class with sketching based paintings. So it's a little different from fine artworks where they're like on canvases and gallery ready. A lot of them are going to be in sketchbooks, which are much easier to carry around than a giant canvas. Now, this is not as many as you need. This is way too much. Really, I'll go over material shortly, but it's going to be about building a practice, playing around with your paint, just and exploring where it takes you rather than creating masterpieces. Because that's one of the most beautiful things to me with art is just kind of having that practice of getting to the table, exploring something, studying something, and learning something new about whether that be nature or perspective and all this stuff. It's super fun. And that's what I really love about art. I've explored a lot of different things in art. And I hope that you will share this love with me. Oi! All right, but if you want to, if you still want to paint on canvas and you want to do your own thing, um, please do it. Follow your heart. If you've explored art before and you have that same, and you have a vision of something that you want to try to be like, or you have like an artist that you really love and you want to explore what they're doing, then please, you can show up to class with any medium you want. Um, any material, art material that you want. Yeah. We have 2 field trips in this class. So I'm um, so we have a field trip over at let's see here. There we go. Field trip forms. There we go. We got Ralph B. Clark Park, where there's some natural landscapes. Also, there's a little like dinosaur exhibit and stuff over there, so you can draw some like.
I've always wanted to. I've seen that. I've always wanted to go to like a dinosaur.
Yeah, no, it would be so cool. So it's a great place. And then we'll also be going to Hillcrest Park in Fullerton. Uh, there's like a dance studio over there. It's a really nice building. Uh, Urban Sketchers went there all together, and there's like a nice shady spot over there. So, of course, we'll keep an eye on weather. Sometimes places might change. We might find out a new spot that's perfect and we want to go to. You know, changes can be made, but those two dates that will be going be in November and December. Yep. So, and then we also have art show. So on art show day, we show off everything we've been working on, our sketchbooks, and just kind of have a light critique about what we've been working on, what we're struggling with, and what's being successful in our artwork. So we got one at the end of class, and also happening here October, the week of October 13th. So you got one on the last day, and one in the middle of the semester. Yeah. All right. Any questions, guys? Yeah.
How are we gonna get there?
So that's up to you guys. It's only happening twice a semester, so if for whatever reason you can't carpool or get there anyway, then that's okay. It's just 2 days. It won't. You won't be dropped or anything like that. Yeah. So this is my first time doing field trips, so it's kind of a test. If it doesn't work out, I won't do it again. But if it does work out, then I'll be happy to do it every semester. So we'll just kind of see how it goes. Yeah.
I have a question. So I get confused with the material list.
Uh-huh.
So I was just.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe you can walk me through it, 'cause
Sure.
it's really.
Absolutely. Okay. Yeah, another question about materials?
Yeah, what does that mean about submit field trip?
So I'll be having field trip forms for everybody, and I'll give it to you guys, and then you just write down saying if anything ever happens to you, you can't blame me, the teacher, or the school.
It's just
Um,
liability thing.
Yeah. So it's nothing like selling your soul away, or anything crazy like that. Yeah.
What?
So that's gonna happen down the line. down the days. Any more questions, guys, before I get into materials? All right. Cool stuff, cool stuff. All right, so this semester, I have QR codes for you guys. Just like you go to any restaurant, they have QR codes. So you could kind of whip out your phone and scan one of these codes. Probably cover it up with your hand when you scan it. So I have what I call A tier. This looks very YouTuber coded. So this is the kind of gouache. If you're going to be using gouache, which let me talk about the material gouache versus watercolors. Um, so if you look up here, I'll show you kind of the difference between gouache and watercolors. Um, so this is watercolors. Um, they're painting with very transparent paint on beautiful cotton watercolor paper. And that's the biggest difference between gouache and acrylic. So, I mean, watercolor. So that's watercolor. So that's watercolor, and then where is it? Here, I have it on my slides. Sorry, making a slideshow. Sorry. Here we are. Perfect. Why is it so crusty? That's terrible. Okay. Well, we'll just go to so, and this is gouache right here. This artist is a wonderful person. I've met her a few times. We painted together. So gouache, kind of the history of gouache, is it was mainly used in like concept artworks, in storybooks, like with like Disney and things like that. But it's a very opaque medium, which means you can paint really bright colors right on top of dark colors and kind of layer those things on. You can get something really bright right on top of something really dark. Whereas watercolors are much more difficult. Come on. Follow a lot of people who do watch. Okay. As watercolors, you can layer upon layer the paint, and you can like let it bleed, and it's the biggest texture that watercolors have comes from not the paint but from the paper. But the power of the pigments do come from the paint. So you can kind of see the two differences there. Personally, I love gouache. And that's my strong suit for sure. This is my little kit here. There we are. That's a good one. But gouaches, especially when they're dry, can be used in a watercolor-like So that's why I like gouache, because it can kind of double as both watercolor uh, and a more opaque medium like acrylic. You guys are used to acrylic. Gouache works better like that. And then this is kind of like watercolor. And this is watercolor. Yep. All right. So the gouache that I would recommend using comes from this link. I'm going to be using Amazon for those who don't like Amazon, because it's kind of a monster company. I don't blame you. You can definitely just use the list from Amazon to go to an art store. Uh, in fact, you could probably write it down. I would suggest with this location in Fullerton, closest to us for art supplies is Blick Art Supplies. And they'll have mostly everything that you will really need. Good. See it? So I'll be using probably the A tier, but you just got to think about what can you afford? Oh yeah. Yes. So it's all right here. All you gotta do is scan it, and then it's all on Amazon. So it's all there. I'll show you. So if I go to my phone, built in, I can just go ahead, go to QR code scanner, and there we go. I can just open the link, and you'll see right on Amazon, here is everything you need. It's all there. Yeah.
So the things that you put, like where you're scrolling right now,
Mm-hmm.
do we have to get that everything, or?
So not quite. So there's some things. That's kind of why I want to talk about this. In fact, so kind of pay attention to the notes, because I do have some notes. I have an important note up here. So, so there's kind of two options in this one. I hate that. I'm sorry. But I personally got the whole bean set, and I love whole bean. It's very expensive. So if you can't afford the whole bean set, that's okay. I'll show you. So it says the most ideal sketchbook. So it says either choose the whole bean set or the other paints combined. Let me show you what I mean. So here's the whole bean set, $87. I know, it's expensive. But some people can afford it, and I love it. It's so enjoyable to use, and I would make that purchase twice over. I love it so much. But if you don't like it, that's okay, because I have this, which is $9.20. So this is $60 for this like A quality gouache set. So it'd be the Winsor Newton with the two Holbein paints. Now, if that's still too expensive, there's this quality. There's the C tier. So if I scan that, open link, here, gouache cheap. So this is the minimal thing. It's $20. So if you want, you can get the $20 median gouache set. I like the tubes because they don't dry out. But if you have MIDI, it's another brand of paint. Let's see if it's in here. Where is it? There it is. Or Hemi. If you have Hemi, you know, I might actually end up using it. But the only issue that I have with this is that because they're not tubes, they do end up drying out over time. Maybe not within this class. But yeah, much more affordable options here. I know like paint can skyrocket, but
Have you used that?
I've used this. In fact, I have a side-by-side comparison. If you want to see between the cheaper Hemi, which is I think pretty similar to the other stuff. I mean, I'm just going by what professionals say. They say that this one is even better than Hemi, but I use Hemi on this. Here, let me kind of have like a side-by-side comparison. So this is my little sketchbook I have, which has like good quality paper. Okay. So if you look at these two paintings here, so the one above, that's all done with Hemi, which was not as easy to use as my fancy stuff, and you can really see it in. Let's see, I can zoom it in there. In the really light areas, where like this little scribble on the purse there, I would not be able to get that same kind of scribble with the cheaper paint.
So what kind of material is that?
So this is Holbein. This is expensive stuff, but it's not impossible to use the cheap stuff, and it still looks good. Yeah. Just show paper to the art store. Yeah. So I think that would be good. So he asked if if he could just take this list to the art store, ask him to get them what you need. You can totally do that. But just understand that the art store might not have these cheaper options. So they might push you to get the more expensive stuff, which to me is more enjoyable, but you got to work in your budget, and that's totally understandable. And
But they will give you, like, if you tell them it's for a class,
yeah,
they'll give you a discount.
yeah.
I think it's like 20%.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, that's the 50%. Then they'll give you a student discount too. You just have to you can just go to your website and show with your number, that you approach.
But in the store, they will say,
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So I definitely like to support art stores more. And you can show them these codes and they would be able to scan it on their phones and find it for you. Yeah?
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
What is the tape for the edges?
Okay, so if you see the cheap version here, I mean there's some stuff here where so basically I'm asking for 3 different sketchbooks. A small one, that can possibly, yeah. Is Aaron Brothers? So the thing with going to Aaron Brothers or Michael's or Joann's or any of those craft stores is that you're not really going to be talking with experts. You're going to be talking with people who understand maybe frames, and they might not have gouache. Gouache is pretty specific. Um, I mean, maybe, yeah. So I would probably suggest the art stores just because they're so helpful there. Anyone who's ever shopped in an art store, yeah.
Do I need one smaller than this?
No, that's okay. That's good for sketching. So, right. So as far as paint goes, so there's the cheap option, the meat and stuff that I like. And then also I'm asking for a pen. Oh wait, I'm sorry. One more thing in paint. So if anyone wants to use watercolors, watercolors are cheaper. So if I go to the watercolor A tier, there's this $30 Winsor Newton one, and there's a slightly cheaper version that has less mixing space. But this is basically what I learned with. And then this is the cheaper version, which is about $10 less. Pretty high quality stuff. Really easy to fit in your pocket. Really small. The whole idea of having this setup is how small it is. So I'm able to fit basically everything I need in this thing. Oh, we got one more question. Do charcoal. Yeah, you could do charcoal with your sketchbooks for sure. Yeah, it's totally up to you. So, again, yeah, I think that would be cool. I'm gonna be leading the class with using pen and using either watercolors. Okay, here we'll do one thing at a time here. So start off with paint. We got watercolors and gouache. Any questions about watercolors or gouache? Good? All right. Secondly, we got what will hold the paint. So with gouache, because it's like a paste, similar to acrylic, I got this little guy, which is just $10 on Amazon. I don't know if art stores have this. I'm pretty sure this is an Amazon exclusive, but I don't know. But this is really great because it's got this pad here that makes it pretty waterproof. I guess not perfect, but does pretty good. And this will hold all my paint here and keep it nice and wet.
Do we have to get that?
If you're gonna get gouache, it's a lifesaver. It's a life. Instead of holding a giant bag of paint like this,
Yeah,
you can see you have all the tubes here. It's a big heavy bag when you can just have this. It's a $10 that's gonna save your back. Less things to hold. This is all you need, and this will last you the whole semester. Forever, really. But this will be really helpful to hold your paint. If you like that watercolor look, something like this might be good, where it will dry Like all that paint is dry in there. So this will make gouache act a lot closer to like watercolors, where you have that really, really washy white paper look. Yeah. So that's to hold the paint. I mean, they have things that are even bigger, but we'll only be using this amount of paint really. This is the colors that I love to use. We got like a lemon yellow, a warm yellow, a white, purple, magenta, red, ultramarine blue, and sky blue, which I don't know what the name is for that. Let me see. Primary blue is what it's called by Winsor Newton. I like Winsor Newton. And we got like a spring green, or what is this called? This permanent green light. And then we got like a deeper green, which is like kind of a bluish green. What is that called?
Are you gonna remind us the colors when we get them?
It's all on the shopping list.
The
Yeah.
colors that you're using in it?
Yep. If you follow one of these shopping lists, that's gonna have everything you need for colors. But yeah. All right, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We're just talking about paint and holders for the paint. Yes. This is such a fun day. I know. It's just shopping list time. I'm sorry, but it's something we need to talk about. So, all right. So we got paint. We got paint holder. Palettes. These are little palettes that I made out of wood and plastic on the top. These things are very handy. I love these a lot. But I put on the list these other things, which I don't have, and they are a bit bigger. I'm sure there's smaller versions out there. Yeah, exactly, just like that. Can I actually? Because I don't use it, because I have my own. Here, I have this on the list here. So this works great for mixing your paint, but you could use something as simple as a paper plate or a makeup palette or a mirror, any kind of plastic. I like plastic, and the flatter the better. I love just using a flat area. You don't need puddles or anything like that. I mean, some people like those puddle paints and stuff, but I like a wide surface. That's just how I like to work.
A lot messy in there, but yeah.
It's good. It's good. It's been loved. It should look messy. Oh yeah. Less than $20. Oh shit, that's awesome. That's sick. That's awesome. I love it. You did tattoos? That's awesome. Less than $20.
That's so cool.
Yeah. And rock and roll, right?
Yeah, I'll pretty is the all that.
Too funny.
Yeah, my mom tries this in envelope open.
All right.
Oh, really? Yeah, I'll ask when he gets there.
All right. So going on. So as far as surfaces go, something to mix paint on. This is very small. Bigger is better when you're working bigger, but we're going to be working pretty small. We'll be needing a little spritzer. I have Hello Kitty. Yeah, I mean, I love it. My girlfriend, I was like, I needed a little spritzer that's like a little bit bigger than the one I had, because I have one that is, I have this tiny thing, but it's way too small. So I was like, asking my girlfriend, I'm like, do you have anything bigger? And she's like, I got this. I'm like, I love it.
It's so cute. Where'd you get it? No, was that an old like
It
looks like an
it's
old travel.
yeah,
size
it is travel size.
Yeah.
So I just fill it up with water. And this is necessary for paint because you can kind of reactivate things. As you can see, gouache can be reactivated after it's been painted on. It can be wiped away. It's pretty great. I love it so much. So, but this will help awaken your paints.
I have this. Oh, the screen. I thought it was blue.
That works great. Yeah, anything. That's fine.
It's like his. It's just bigger and don't have Hello Kitty on it.
All right, so we got a little spritzer. As far as water goes, you'll need some cups. So I have these little guys which fit in my pocket, but for this class, you can use.
I saved my cups for what you gave us last year.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Do I not have it? All right.
I don't.
Do you still have your cups you gave me last
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, we'll be taking a break shortly.
Yeah.
And take a little restroom break or whatnot. But I like these two little cups for on the go. But you can bring in much larger cups. Anything, paper cups, plastic cups, solo cups, doesn't matter. I like to have two, one for washing, one for rinsing. But if you just want to bring one cup, that's fine. And of course, paper towels. We have plenty in the class, but I always have it on the go. Oh boy. And then we have micron pens. So Pigma, Pigma, the brand, I guess Sakura. I don't know how to say it. But the brand Sakura. Thank you. I was like waiting for somebody to correct me. No, it's Japanese.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
sorry.
yes. But they make amazing ink where you can watercolor paint right on top of it and it won't bleed into other things. If you get any non-brand pens, most of them will bleed. I'm sure there's exceptions out there, but this is just basically the set to go to. I put this on the list. The manga brush set, which has it has both .08, which is my favorite brush. Is my favorite pen, and then they also have a brush pen. So imagine this being .08. .05 is pretty good. Oh wait, I got .08 right here. Good.
Like my grandpa always says, okay, in his pocket.
Yeah, so these two pens, that's like all you need really for pens in this class. We're going to use a lot of pens in this class, so we're going to be doing a lot of drawing with this stuff. And this little kit, like $10 on Amazon. If you go out to art store, they're probably not going to have this. I say just focus on the .08. If you just get a few .08s, you should be good. But I like .08 because you can draw really light lines. You can't even see it, can you? And you can also put more pressure on and get really thick lines. Kind of having some of that there. Now, lines don't need to be straight. It's okay if they're more active. It's going to be fun. It's going to be lively. Yeah. So, let's see here. Now, as far as okay, so any questions on drawing stuff? Okay, so somebody asked if you can use charcoal. You can totally use charcoal. You can totally use pencil. I have pencil and charcoal. I mean, I have pencil on the list, just in case you don't have a pencil. It's good to kind of have one. But yep. Now, so for the sketchbooks though, I want you guys to have 3 sketchbooks. So this is the thing. So you need to have a cheap paper sketchbook for all your doodling and drawing needs, where you can just kind of use up paper and not worry and just kind of flip through it. You're just gonna be drawing a page every 5 minutes. Draw a page, draw, 5 minutes. You know, like just cheap, thinner paper. So this here is mixed media, and you can get one from this size or larger. So this is what I kind of started with, 5.5 by 8.5. Mixed media, but you could also get one larger. This is just sketch paper, thin paper. See, I got some charcoal in here already. And you can see here full pages just kind of playing around with stuff, getting ideas. So yeah, so this is 9 by 12. So you can kind of choose what you like, or what you want to carry. If you don't want to carry big heavy things, you can get something smaller. If you are okay with carrying bigger things, then get something bigger. You know, it's whatever you're comfortable with. So this will be good for class. We'll be doing some drawing in class as well as painting. So have kind of 2 separate ones. Yeah.
With the sketchbook I had that semester,
Yeah.
what's it?
Yeah.
Because I still have like a bunch of.
Yeah. What was it? Was it watercolor paper or was it multimedia? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That would be okay. Yeah. And then each class will also do like a painting. We'll also do a painting. So you can do the painting either in a larger watercolor paper. So here's some watercolor papers that I like to use, that I've used. Arches is the most expensive. So if that's too expensive for you, then don't get it. There's other cheaper brands. I have it on, of course, your little QR code down here. Go down to the C tier. You can get it smaller. Smaller's cheaper and smaller's fine. Again, we're not doing masterpieces, so you can kind of see some of the stuff I've done here. But Arches paper, just the way that the paint bleeds and spreads out, really satisfying.
The one on the Amazon, it was like it's hot press.
Yeah.
I have cold and hot.
That's fine. So yeah, that's the thing with paper. Okay, so thanks for mentioning this. So the difference between hot press paper is that it's very smooth, and then cold press is very rough. What is this? I think this is kind of in the middle. This feels a little rough. But with rough watercolor paper, you can kind of see here, cold press, you can get these really interesting kind of textures and stuff in your brush strokes that can actually add to your painting in really interesting ways. But something smoother. Oh, this is also cold press. Here, I got something smoother here. Oh, question? Yeah, question? Or, yeah? Sure. Dutch. The most with all the children, 5 boys with one of our colonies. Yes, they got into a drunk driving accident 2 weeks before the 16th. Roman's 16th birthday. Wow. I said, that's amazing. I mean, life is so bright. I mean, your handwriting is beautiful. Interesting background. I didn't know you were Dutch. Okay. Do you want me to share this with the class? We'll get to know each other more. This is so cool. Yeah. Yeah, we'll get to know each other more. We'll just finish this up here. I know this is boring, but all right. So this is hot press. Okay. So this is hot press paper, and it's much more smooth. You don't really get those same kind of textures that you do with a cold press. Really kind of see the difference there, where you can kind of get those rough lines versus everything's kind of smooth here. Yeah. But anyways, so this is done with the tape here. So again, as far as paper goes, I'd say get two. I'd say get a small pocket one to take you on the go. This thing's like $10. I posted a really good one. And I'd say get another one for in class where you can draw or paint a little bit larger. But if you had just the small one, that's okay too. Because the small one's going to have really quality paper. You're going to be able to do some good paintings in there. And you could do the same thing with a large one as well. Gouache. So, yeah, gouache. Okay, so this is all done with gouache here.
On the water paper?
Yeah, so I love cotton paper. That's I swear up and down. Cotton watercolor paper is the most ideal for watercolor and gouache. If you're on a bit of a budget and you're using gouache, you could probably get, if you got some really quality multimedia paper, like name brand Canson or Strathmore, like this is Strathmore. Well, even Strathmore, they have like a pretty affordable cotton paper. Like you can find cotton paper pretty affordably. Like I found these little pads here, and I just clipped them together. So this is all loose. And I think I got like 40 sheets or something without a sketchbook, and I just clip them together. So this was like the most affordable thing I did. I think it's like $10 for like 20 sheets or something. So it's like you can find quality paper, just like kind of have to kind of give up some things. But this would pretty much be what the set would look like if I asked you guys to get it. Like this if you guys brought this into class, like this is ideal. Well, I guess this is kind of custom made. Feel bad for having that actually. Yeah. And this. Oh. Right. Last couple things. Brushes. So let's just get it done with. Oh. Okay, so as far as brushes go, absolutely minimally. This is what I like. This is what I have in my little Go kit. I'd probably say get a bigger brush for sure. Brushes seem too small. Okay. Okay, we got this one, and this little guy. Okay. So basically, from all of this stuff, I like these three brushes the most. We got a rough calligraphy brush. These are like Chinese calligraphy brushes. You can get these cheap at Daiso or Amazon, and they usually come with this whole bamboo kit, which is a great way to hold your brushes, which I have in of course the shopping list. And then I like a nice square brush. This one seems a bit big. Nice square brush. If you're working small, then have one smaller. But this is nice and thin. But a square brush is great. Small brush like that, just for any small details. Finish things off. And everything else is just good fun. You really can't go wrong with having more tools. But if you came to class with just these three brushes, you'd be fine. Be surprised with how much you can do. You could also get a larger brush if you want to wet an entire paper before you get started. But you could do very much the same with a large calligraphy brush. These things can hold a lot of water and do a similar job. Maybe not as efficiently as this. I mean, this would work even better. So, one of these two. But, yep. Questions? Brushes? Happy.
What size is the flat one?
This flat one, this is, well, usually I use about a 1/2 inch one. This one looks like 3/4.
I mean, the brush size.
Yeah, it's about 3/4 inch. This one is. But if it's about 1/2 inch, that's the size that I usually use is 1/2 inch. But this one's a bit larger. And then this small one here says it's a 2. But I mean, I use cheap brushes for these small ones. Like this one here, this thing is like I get like 30 of these for like $5 on Amazon. I mean, I have a kit for you guys on Amazon, so Yeah. And I cut them short so they fit in my little bag here, which I got from Walmart. These are extra. I mean, you can have these, but I'm not going to worry about them. I'm not going to require them. I'm just kind of showing you absolute minimal. Everything else is just extra. You know, if you bring a pencil, extra. Charcoal, extra. You're welcome to. If there's something that you really love playing around with, don't bring it in. Like if you really love playing around with colored pencils, bring it in. Draw with colored pencils. If you want to draw with markers, bring it in. These are really fun materials to play around with, but they're not necessary. Not necessary. But they're really fun, and they bring a lot of color to your drawings. I love drawing with Prismacolors, but I'm not going to require it. Okay. Questions? All right. Shall we take a quick break?
The knives,
Palette knives.
like the knives that you put on the chocolate.
Right.
Is that Phillips or something?
Oh yeah, box cutters. Okay,
Will
so
this work or no?
box cutters, they'll be used. Yeah, I don't have mine.
Oh, you need one.
You don't. I think it's extra. I'm just gonna say it's kind of extra.
Okay.
There's certain watercolor blocks that you will need it with, but what I have here, I don't need it because these are kind of loose paper. So they have these blocks where instead of it being bound on one side, it's bound on all sides with
Oh,
like
yeah, that's how my paper is.
yeah. Yeah, so if you have one of those, it's going to say watercolor blocks. That's when you need the knife
Yeah.
to kind of cut through
Oh, okay.
on all sides to
Yeah.
get to the paper. Yeah.
Yeah, I use this and it's hard to
Yeah.
get.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick break, guys. We'll be back in about 15 minutes. Sounds good. Yep. One more question. What about yourself?
Look at all this extra paper.
Huh?
Look at all this extra
I
paper.
know, that's why I was like, I don't
Yeah.
want to keep getting new books if I don't.
No, neither my mom's gonna be like, you have tons of paper left. Do you have left?
You're talking about art. No, you're not talking about art. I like to get to know you, though. I really am happy that you're writing about yourself. I'd love to get to know everybody here. It's very exciting. Let's just say that.
Oh no, this is on the way home.
Oh, okay. What time's your ex picking up?
I guess it started.
It's what?
It started, the time started the window.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. Indonesian. Oh, your mom was Dutch. We'll talk some more. I'm just gonna kind of let people go. All right, so we'll be back in about 15 minutes. We'll come back at like 2:30. And I think we might have some time to do some light drawing.
I have to watch it first. I have to leave early because of access, but I'll be here next.
Okay, that's fine.
I just wanted to let you know so you're like, why didn't you do that?
That sounds good. Well, I'll see you next week. If you know any friends that know anybody, get them to join the class. Need more students. All right, so back at 2:30. So kind of free time. Lex.
Alright, see you next week.
it was like a back to school area.
Oh, okay.
So
I like that little idea.
yeah,
Okay.
it's great. I take this with me everywhere I go.
Yo, yeah, because it's so small, you
Yeah.
can stuff in it.
Like I always have it with me. And I always find some random time where I'm just stuck waiting for somebody, and I just take it out and I'm like paint, paint, paint.
Mm-hmm.
I do some really cool stuff. How you doing, Denise?
Much better.
Much better.